Hi everyone, I'm Megan Benanti. Thanks for joining me today. So I'm reading for our Emperor Fools and for January of 2021. So let's dive on in and see what we've got for you. First off, focus. Well, I've got to say, as I look at all of this, personal life is a little more struggle. Work life seems a little more functional for you for this month. And personal life, particularly relationship, it feels stuck. And I feel like you've mentally gotten yourself into a position where you're like, oh my God, why am I here? What have I done? And this might have been a tough conversation you had with someone that you love. It can be a partnership, but know that relationship, when I refer to it, it also means family, friends, people that we care deeply for. And, I think that you're seeing yourself as trapped in this situation. But I've got to say that's not the reality of the situation. So, maybe you've made had some negative thoughts or poor decisions about what's gone on with this person. But I also know that, it is just thinking. It is in your head, and you can come back, and this is a situation that can be remedied if that's what you want. That's going to be a big focus for you this month, of kind of navigating how you feel about this particular relationship. So give it time. It's not something you have to decide overnight. Now, work, I will say the energy right now, either it's spinning out of control or it's kind of slowing down and you're feeling like, oh, I'm not growing here anymore. And it can be both, really. Because things can be spinning out of control and we're not growing. But there's some real pivotal soul level change here for you if this is something you want to evolve through. It doesn't mean that you need to leave this job, but it may mean that you need to change how you're handling things and maybe what your goals are with the company. There are the things we sign up to do, and there are the goals that we develop with the company, but there's also our personal goals of like, I'm in this role because I want to thrive in my life by doing what I'm best at. So I want you to really think about how you're going to apply yourself into your job. And I think you're also probably looking at maybe taking a little bit of risk in there. So that could be looking for a new opportunity, or maybe managing things in a different way. I wouldn't say, it's a gamble, but it's probably one you need to take, because whatever you're doing now, it's not working, so we want to get better and better from that. And so moving forward then, let's see. One of the goals I see that you can really get accomplished this month is just becoming more overall put together with your personal life and family life. And so with that, I want you to be thinking about what your personal goals are. You might be looking at doing some investing this year, maybe paying off some debts. Also, some of you are going to be wanting to put some energy into your home, wherever you live, even if it's in a bedroom because you live with your parents. But I do see you wanting to have some growth and feel productive in your personal life. And I feel like that's part of the goal this month. Don't be afraid to add some color and some life into your personal life and living area. So, now work also, if you want to manifest a new role for yourself this month, or a new position, or a new job altogether, this is the time to do it. Your energy is really strong here. And so I want you to do your vision board and set your intentions, or write out your goals. However you manifest, this is going to be a really powerful time for you to do that, particularly centered around your work. And that's a key element. There's really only two questions in Tarot: relationship and career. And so that's all, everything else falls under those umbrellas. And you're trying to figure out like where in the world you want to be and what that looks like, and you want it to be perfect. And I just know you've got this energy to really navigate that and define that. So definitely January is going to be your manifestation month. Now the challenges you need to be aware of as well. On a personal level, you know, there's no right or wrong decision. I feel like you're having a hard time making this choice because you're looking at it like, well, there's positives here, but there's also negatives. And there's positives here, but there's also negatives. And you know what? That's life. We're always going to have that. Whatever choice you make for yourself, you will make right for yourself. So don't be afraid to just dive right in with that. Usually the freedom comes once we've made the choice. You know, and if it's in regards to love, which this is on your personal level, you know, we always question, am I giving up the man of my dreams, or the perfect situation? And, you know, because there's so much potential in that person. Well, we don't marry potential. We marry a person for who they are. And if we're already in that relationship, what is it that you need to break free from and to redefine yourself? You know, part of a partnership is this bonding of growing together and emerging into one unified family, and at the same time having some sense of individual identity in that. And it shifts, and there's pushes and pulls, and it's always growing and sort of morphing as we go through it. And so, and I've been married, well, over 20 years now. So 21, 20, something like that. I got married in 98. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, 98. So 21 years. Anyway, so, you know that you've got lots of room for growth here, and don't feel stuck about it. Just commit one way or the other. Are we going to make this work, or am I going to back out? Now, if it's not about a relationship and you just need to have a personal breakthrough, quit fiddly farting around. You can do this. You totally can do this. And like I said, you're mentally in your own way, but I think your heart knows what's right, but your head is telling you no. And because I've got a lot of swords energy, get out of your own way. Let your heart, let your soul speak to you. Sit down in meditation, fill yourself with light, and see what comes through, how you feel after that. Ask a question, then fill yourself with light, and then see what the result is. It's pretty powerful, but you know, you don't need a psychic to tell you to do that or to do it for you. You can do this for yourself. Sorry, I thought that was on airplane mode. It is on airplane mode. I still don't know why it's making noise. So, okay. So let's see, what else do we have here? Surprises. So, well, guess what? Your big surprise is you're feeling stuck and that you really need some significant change. And I think that is going to be a really real thing for you to navigate and work through in this. And you're not going to have your rebirth until you give yourself that rebirth. And so this is really significant. All you Emperor Fools, you are about a new beginning. And so the Fool's energy is about taking this leap of faith and just trusting that you're going to land on your feet. And I feel like you've been afraid of being foolish, of being out of control. Our emperors love that solidarity of control. And, you know, and you focus on such quality relationships that if you've got one that's not feeling right, you're going to be feeling it deeply. And so, you know, I'm looking at this, and yeah, you're going to be stuck as long as you don't make a decision, or you can't see yourself growing from this. And so allow healing to permeate you. Allow light to just move through your body. Open yourself up with your prayers and allow healing to come in. Work, yeah, you remember that job that I said you could manifest? Totally getting it. You are just you're gonna elevate yourself, and this is super powerful energy, and it's gonna come quickly, and there's conclusion and closure, and it's an up level. You're moving up, so this means more responsibility. I know we're still in COVID, so hopefully it's more pay, but it's definitely an up level in growth and transition for you. Oh, and I also skipped part of your challenge there. One of the things that you need to break through on your challenge this month for your career is that maybe the job that you dreamed of, it's not the same as what you always thought it would be. And I think what you can realize now is what you dreamed of in your early 20s has now evolved into something so much greater. It's matured and developed. And so your old dreams aren't really applicable anymore. And so I want you to be tapping into where you're headed with this. And allow yourself to change, and things that maybe are outdated, let that go, because I think that's going to be really good. Also, this is tied into finances for you and what you think your value is and your personal worth. I think it's time for you to upgrade on that as well. So what used to be a lot of money isn't a lot of money anymore. And so it's time for you to level up, my Emperor Fools. Okay, so now this is interesting. One of the important things I think in a relationship is what we give to our partner. And for you, we're looking at this, and it's like you've got a block in that. And I think right now you might feel a little bit done in that area. So maybe a moment of pause, like you're not sure what to give your partner, and maybe that's because you haven't received anything in a while. But I'm always, if you want something, give it first. Give what you want to receive. And God, you're thinking. This is the area of your heart. So let's come from a place of love and really honor that. Don't overthink it. Just, what do you feel compelled to give to your partner? And maybe that's a blessing of farewell. Maybe that's an opening of warmth. It's a hug without expectations of going to the next step. Just see what that is. Your self-care, I feel like you're beginning to work on that a little better as we move into January. It's a little give and take, a little back and forth. Probably some exercise. It feels like you're changing things up. You're doing things a little bit differently. It's not always one way or the other. This seems good. I also feel like your body is doing some healing, so perhaps there's some change in nutrition. There's definitely something about dropping weight and feeling more buoyant. And so I want you to keep that as your goal, that it's maybe not a pound or a number, but the idea of feeling lighter within yourself, because part of that can be your spiritual evolution as well. All right. And then for those of you that are looking at paying it forward, there's a significance for you to honor a female in your life. And this is someone who's had a hard time maybe being kind or is overly judgmental. This is someone I want you to kind of bridge that gap with this month. And it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be significant, but putting out a kind word, maybe holding your judgments and criticisms back as well when you deal with this person. But know that I think there's some deeper level healing that's going to come forward for you if you handle this situation differently. And it is a focus on a female that has perhaps been judgmental or cold or distant, just not your touchy-feely girl. And so just see what happens with that. Know that the healing is, in some ways, it's going to be for them. but it will also happen for you in a very powerful and subconscious way. All right, Emperor Fools. So I hope that's helpful for you this month. Please let me know if you have any feedback or comments. I am new to working on an iPad and new on YouTube. I've been doing readings for a very long time now on Instagram, and I've been a psychic for over 20 years professionally. But I'm navigating this iPad and I can't figure out where I need to look. So I'm sort of getting all this worked out. So bear with me if it's a little awkward this time. But we'll get through it, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.